Tremaine Edmunds, the stud inside linebacker of the Buffalo Bills, a two-time Pro Bowler who is still just 24 years old, just signed the largest inside linebacker contract in NFL history for a 4-year deal. 4 years, $72 million, $50 guaranteed. Tremaine Edmunds is a Chicago Bear.
It's really interesting. That is the number 16 pick in the same draft where Roquan Smith went 8. He's 24 years old, and he played on his 5th-year option with Buffalo. And now Ryan Poles has decided to pay an inside linebacker the exact same age range as Roquan instead of Roquan.
It's fascinating. Obviously, Roquan got more money, right? He got a longer deal. He got a 5-year, $100 million contract.
This is 4 years, 72.
This is 4 years, 72.
Do we have the guaranteed money? Roquan got about...
It's $50 million guaranteed.
Woo!
It's $50 million guaranteed.
I believe that's more than Roquan got guaranteed.
So that makes me believe that this must be a pretty front-loaded contract here. That would be my guess.
Wow.
Based on how it's done. Yeah, so okay, Ian Rappaport's saying it's front-loaded. Front-loaded 4-year, $72 million deal. So, yes, he is choosing Tremaine Edmunds over Roquan Smith, but he's also choosing
front-loading
the contract over it. But forgetting the Roquan Smith part of it just for a second, like Roquan's gone. We can compare the two in a second.
I'm just thinking about the positional value in spending this much money. Having a big ticket item at inside linebacker is not something I expected today.
Yeah, but I'm assuming he will be he'll be the will linebacker in this system, which is still a premium position in the 4-3. TJ Edwards is here. They have upgraded their linebacker core significantly, but we talked about, are they going to be the team that spends a bunch on linebacker? Like Tremaine Edmunds flies all over the field. But so did Roquan Smith, to your point. This is a 2-time Pro Bowler. This is a guy who not a huge forced fumbler or interceptor of the ball or pass rusher in terms of the stat sheets, but fills up the stat sheet with tackles. Young player. He'll be 25 when the season starts. And Roquan Smith and Ryan Poles did not see eye to eye. Tremaine Edmunds ends up doing it. So
yeah,
I agree with you. I am surprised, but he's a great football player.
Yeah, I think he is a great football player. I believe he's the son of the former Dolphins tight end Pharrell Edmunds, and his brother Terrell Edmunds is also in the NFL. Drafted the same year, I believe. But It makes me think that the character / personal stuff with Roquan Smith was valued more than perhaps we thought, and I don't know for sure. This requires some digging. I'm a little confused by the positional similarity and the desire to invest. And it's either Roquan was not their guy, and this
Tremaine
is
Edmunds
their guy.
Tremaine Edmunds probably has an agent. There's probably no Saint Omni involved.
And front loading may not have been something that Roquan wanted to do. That may have been a non-starter.
Well, and you get the 54th pick in the draft. So it's Tremaine Edmunds and the 54th pick in the draft versus Roquan Smith and
a deal of your choosing as opposed to the one you have to negotiate with Roquan.
And after you lose all those games. Like, this is the thing that no one, you were certainly willing to admit it, but that a lot of people were not willing to admit. Ryan Poles was losing by design last year. He was.
Yes, so really...
getting Roquan Smith off that team helped the Bears achieve the goal that Ryan Poles wanted. He would never say it publicly.
But Lord knows he was doing it.
But when you carry that much dead cap space... and you trade Robert Quinn, and you trade Roquan Smith, actions over words, baby. It's one of the first, if not the first rule of football evaluation. Like when we evaluate what these people say, their actions tell you what they were trying to do. So it's not like I don't like linebackers.
Right.
It's I wanted to lose.
Well, so let's see if I have the calculus right. Do I have the equation right here? The equation is Roquan Smith traded for a second-round draft pick plus being bad enough to enable the number 1 overall pick.
Yes.
Plus a front-loaded contract of the Bears choosing for Tremaine Edmunds.
Yeah.
Right?
And a shorter deal.
On a shorter deal than Roquan got, and good for him for getting it from Baltimore.
Yeah.
So they get a more advantageous contract. They lost the games, and they pick up the second rounder for trading Roquan Smith for Tremaine Edmunds.
Yeah, and Tremaine Edmunds, who has an agent who, we'll learn more about him, but there were always just little things with Roquan Smith. And again, Roquan Smith's an awesome player, man. He's an all-pro. I mean, Roquan Smith might go into the Hall of Fame. Roquan Smith is a fantastic football player. But so is Tremaine Edmunds. Tremaine Edmunds and Roquan Smith are on that list with Fred Warner, best inside linebackers in the NFL.
He's never had less than 100 tackles in 5 seasons in the NFL. You know what he's better at than Roquan? Coverage. He's like a great coverage middle linebacker, which is not Roquan's strength.